Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Kalei Moyo, Bashim Yosha, Bashim Kakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone GMS. Do rule, teach well. So today, I'd like to get into this article. EU says it was retaliate immediately if, Trump or Nero poses new tariffs, right? And, just was looking through the news, spent earlier today watching some videos and things like that. And I was watching Elder Apostle R in his video about Trump, is Nero, and just, been going, man. It's just like, it's always something with this guy, man. Shit, and, it could very well be during this man's term that things really, go down. So, it's from TheGuardian.com, February 10th, today, 11:56. Euro has to retaliate if Donald Trump imposes new tariffs. The European Commission and EU national leaders have said. The U.S. president announced another escalation of aggressive trade policy at the right. He actually talked about this before he went to the Super Bowl. Right. Of course, the people aren't paying attention and they're not going to notice this in these things, but also it's true. We're always going into these things. We're always watching the news. We're always looking for articles and so on and so forth, because we do videos every single day, man. We lighten this man up every day, right? And EU national leaders have said that the U.S. president announced another escalation of his aggressive trade policy on the weekend. Trump said he would announce on Monday 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum products that would affect everybody, and the reciprocal tariffs on all countries that tax imports in the U.S. would follow on Tuesday or Wednesday. Right, so tomorrow or the day after that. The European Commission said on Monday it would respond to protect EU interests, but had not so far received any official notification of additional U.S. tariffs on EU goods. It would not react to broad announcements without details or clarification. The EU sees no justification for the imposition of tariffs on its exports. We will react to protect the interests of European businesses, workers, and consumers from unjustified measures, the bloc executive body said. Right? In general, the imposition of tariffs would be lawful and economically productive, it said, adding that tariffs are essentially taxes. By imposing tariffs, the U.S. would be taxing its own citizens, raising costs for businesses, and fueling inflation, right? Because now these businesses are scratching their heads like, what the fuck am I going to do now, right? The rest of it is just the same thing, Emmanuel Macron came out, the French, I think he's a foreign minister or whatever, the prime minister, president. I think they have a president actually, but he said, hey man, he's not liking what he's seeing. So really just the whole article, it's the same thing, a bunch of different EU spokesmen, EU nations saying that, hey, we don't really like what's going to go down here. All right, so let's get, some things, because this is all prophecy that things like this are going to go down. All right, this is book of Revelation to the 17 and 16. And the 10 horns thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Right? And that's just talk about the whore sees upon many waters, many peoples, which is America. Right? It's the golden city. It's Babylon the Great. Mystery Babylon. Why is it Mystery Babylon? Because for a long time it was a mystery. Until I was in the apostles and I was above them, start to break these things down, man. It was a mystery on the planet Earth, but now it's no longer a mystery. We know what this is talking about, and it's here in America. And there's all kinds of different articles that are now coming out, right? Which they're they biting off of eye all this, man. Anyone that's talking about the MOTB, Apostle Hart, he brought. I think he said he brought that out first. He always knew what it was. I remember watching him. He said that he knew it before he came into truth. He was always into things like that. He believed that was what it was, and he was right. So we didn't learn nothing from Alex Jones, and Alex Jones never brought out anything like this anyway. Not that I've ever seen it, right? And the 10 horns talk about NATO and the EU, man. And this is what's gonna happen at the end. They're gonna destroy this place, man. They're gonna launch missiles on this place and burn it up, right? It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter, um, yeah, and 11. Ezekiel 38:11. I should say, I'll go to the land of unwalled villages, talk about Gog and Magog of Russia, right? Land of unwalled villages is America. I'll go to them that rest, that dwell easily, all of them dwell without walls, neither having bars nor gates, because you can pretty much just travel anywhere, from state to state, because it's all really one big city. There's no, like, what state to state for us, I think of the EU is pretty much like country. Yeah, well, it's not pretty much, but it is country to country, because, America's huge, man, and, you got certain European nations are very small, and you travel a little bit over, you get to another one, and then you got nations in between nations, and you know what I mean. To take a spoil, to take a prey. I'm thinking more like Eastern Europe is like that. The stand countries. To take a country, Ezekiel 38:12. Take a spoil, to take a prey, and to turn thy hand upon desolate places that are not inhabited, upon the people that gather the nations, which got cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land, right? To destroy them, right? Because all these nations here, Sheba and Dedan, and the merchant of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, Wilt thou come to take a spoil? Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey, to carry away thy silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil? Right? So yeah, Sheba and Dedan, Spain, which is pretty much Arabia, Sheba and Dedan, Tarshish, Spain, and the merchants, are not just from Spain, but from all these EU nations. And they're gonna, ask Russia when they're about to attack. It's like, hey, like, you really going through with this? And hell, they're gonna join in, right, and take this place out. And this is, we're seeing it come down, man. All this, turmoil, them not being in agreement, right? Satan against Satan, man. How can his kingdom last, right? And then you also got, even before this, in Biden's term, when the whole Ukraine thing popped out, certain these EU nations, they weren't for it. They weren't for joining in that. Certain EU nations, they disagreed with this whole thing going on with Palestine, man. They don't agree with it, right? So when this thing pops off, they're gonna blow this place up, right? Yeah. Therefore, Son of Man, prophesy, say unto God, to say unto the Lord, power in that day when my people Israel's dwell city shall not know it. Absolutely, everyone's gonna know it, right? And you see here, after America goes down, they think they're gonna run. Everyone's gonna know it. Don't let that be that, man. It's just another thing. It's just more on the horizon. We're just gonna keep watching, see what happens next. All right, Lord, and edify us,